How does Ant-Man and the Wasp fit into Avengers Infinity War? Now, before we get started with today's episode, we want to warn you that there will be spoilers for Avengers Infinity War, so turn away now if you haven't seen it yet, but honestly, what were you even doing this weekend? You better have a good excuse. This weekend was a roller coaster of feels for Marvel Cinematic Universe fans. We don't know what was more intense, the extreme excitement and anticipation right before Infinity War came out, or the deep and lingering sadness after that downer of an ending. I can't even look at Mulch anymore. With all these extreme emotions, the Marvel Cinematic Universe could really use a little dose of fun right now. Thankfully, Team Feige came to the rescue this morning with 2 tiny doses of good times. The brand new trailer for July's Ant-Man and the Wasp just dropped, and it's full of so many goofy sight gags and delightfully over-the-top action that we almost forgot that half the population of the entire universe just got wiped out of existence. Oh snap. Whoops. The whole thing is like a spoonful of sugar to help all that galactic ipecac murder go down just a little bit easier. It's like castor oil, but Peter Parker's dead. Of course, we can't quite put the events of last weekend completely out of our minds, so even as we watched this trailer, we couldn't help but ask, how the heck does it all tie into Infinity War anyway? Well, to answer that question, we first have to pin down exactly when this movie takes place. Now, obviously, we're post-Civil War here. The South has not risen again, and also post-Captain America Civil War. As we saw in the earlier trailer, Scott Lang is under house arrest, complete with an inconvenient little ankle monitor provided by the feds. This ties in directly to what we find out about him in Infinity War, where it's revealed that he, along with his fellow family man Hawkeye, took deals to get them closer to their families, to get them further away from that underwater super jail that Tony Stark wanted to lock them all up in. Sadlantis, I should call it. But this also has to be pre-Infinity War, or at least pre the very end of Infinity War. Otherwise, why are all those people there? How are they still there? They should be like little dust boys. Now, as important as whatever's going on in Scott Lang's life right now is, we figure he'd have to stop and at least take notice if the whole world suddenly went all leftovers on him. But where exactly does this fall between those two events? Well, we're guessing it has to be pretty close to Infinity War, like maybe even taking place at around the exact same time. After all, in Infinity War, everyone seems to think that Scott Lang is out of the superhero game, but here he's obviously in the thick of it. And sure, a lot of this looks like it's gonna fall into the heist genre, just like the first Ant-Man, which means lots of covert missions and top secret spy stuff, but it doesn't look like he's doing the best job of staying undercover. When a 65-foot man appears in the San Francisco harbor, the world is probably gonna take notice, unless of course aliens are attacking over on the East Coast. Then we could definitely see the whole giant man thing getting knocked down to page 2 in all the national newspapers. But this all leads us into our next big question. If this does take place before Thanos' big purge, does that mean that Scott could turn to dust in the end credits sequence? Well, don't freak out, Ant fans, because we actually know that Paul Rudd is scheduled to appear in Avengers 4. So how does he survive? Well, it could be random luck. Sure, Thanos' genocide was very egalitarian, but we have a feeling it's more than just that. In the trailer, we clearly see that a lot of the movie is going to take us into the quantum realm. We even get a quick shot of what we're pretty sure is Michelle Pfeiffer as the OG Wasp, who's been stuck in the quantum realm since the Cold War. Now, we're betting that since the quantum realm could technically be seen as existing outside the known universe, Thanos' magic glove wouldn't affect anyone inside of said realm. Maybe Scott and his friends will dive into the quantum realm for the finale of the movie and return thinking they've saved the day, only to discover that something much worse has happened while they were away. Sorry, Luis. But what do you folks think? Are you excited for something a little lighter from the MCU? Are you glad that after almost 20 films, a female character finally has her name in the title? And why are all the bees disappearing around the world? Let's discuss. Now be sure to like and subscribe and mash that little bell to get notified every time we drop a new video. Like today with the latest episode of Musquatch featuring me and Kyle Hill talking about Elon Musk's cyborg dragon. Of course, if you didn't get enough of me there or right here, you could also check out my brand new book. That's right, it's a fully updated version of my book, 100 Things Star Wars fans should know and do before they die. 15 new chapters, 80 new pages, over 460 pages in total, fully updated all the way through The Last Jedi. It's available wherever fine books are sold, so I really hope you enjoy it. Thank you.